What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. We've just had the first of our two Division live streams from Gamescom. It was pretty interesting. It was quite a short stream. It went over a lot of the Division history, but I suppose that's what we were expecting. All of the juice is really tomorrow. But don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe while I get into the little juicy bits that they give us right at the end. I did do a full react video that was pretty rubbish, to be honest, because there wasn't a lot to react to in the beginning, because it was all stuff we already knew, history of the game and things like that. But this was the first juicy bit that they came to. We already know that the season is going to be called the Pact. That kind of leaked with the PTS, but they did tell us some other things about it. So they showed us this short trailer. And the Pact basically is three factions coming together. As you can see here, it's going to show it now. The True Sons, the Hyenas, and the Outcasts are basically going to come together and form a pact. And the story is going to be our job to stop this from happening, because otherwise they could become a force that not even the Division could stop. So yeah, that was pretty good. But apart from anything that we've already seen from the PTS, obviously they talked a little bit about retaliation coming. They didn't show anything. They didn't give us any extra clues on what the feature was that we didn't get to see that was part of retaliation. But that was kind of it. But then they moved on. They talked about a new Halloween event that was being prepped, but they didn't really give us any details, just that it somehow involved pumpkins. But then they told us about the next season, and this was where it got really, really juicy. We had the season name called Mutiny, but Yannick said that the modifiers for this season are going to include an NPC that teams up with us, that follows us around. Let me see if I can find the audio clip exactly for you.
Under the form of the modifier of this season is that you will be able to play with a companion NPC fighting alongside you. So that's going to be a lot of fun and a new way to approach the game for that season. And yeah, I'm very excited to be able to share more about that in the future.
Perfect, Devil. That's what I wanted to know. I'm very excited for this season.
So yeah, they talked about that. It's a companion NPC, but it does look like it's part of the global modifiers, and we'll only get it for that season. I know for a fact this will end up being a huge fan favorite. And, you know, me as a player, if it works out really well, will want something like this permanently in the game. Now, whether it fights alongside us or whether it just helps collect loot or do something, you know, otherwise we'll have to wait and see. They do mention that it does fight alongside you, so I do feel like it will give us what we are used to getting, some kind of damage boost. And maybe that's because they're doing damage, maybe they're buffing us. How would it work in a team? Are there going to be 4 players and 4 NPCs? How are consoles going to be reacting to this with performance wise, especially the OG consoles for the Division 2? There is so many questions to talk about. So yeah, that's probably the craziest thing from the live. They did give us the date, however, for next season, so that's going to be the 9th of September. There is going to be another live stream from them, and one of the usual ones all about that season, on the 8th of September, so you can mark your calendars down for that. But yeah, that was pretty crazy, the NPC thing at the end, and I think they really just wanted to have some juice to round this stream out. They gave us obviously the names for the seasons, which they don't usually give us this far in advance. And then they gave us this slide, which obviously talks about Crossroads, the Pact, and then Mutiny. But then they said, then skipped all the way over into next year, that it's going to be not the Division 2 10-year, it'll be Division 2's 7th birthday, 7 years of Division 2. But they said it's 10 years of the franchise, and they're going to try and do something extremely special around that. There'll be a lot of things going on around that time. They touched on the Lexington, that it's available now. They didn't talk about the horrible drop rates, but they did talk about that it's going to be a recurring thing, that those kind of equipment and guns, so we're talking about turmoils as well, will make common reoccurrences back into the game. And that was it. That was the end of the live stream. So hopefully tomorrow's will be a little bit more juicier. I guess we will find out. But thank you so much for watching and tuning in to my videos as always. I'll be back tomorrow with more Division Gamescom coverage. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.